All right, welcome. I have murdered Tim and taken over his spot.
It's about time.
On the podcast.
Honestly,
You've also murdered my ears.
I'm not wearing the headphones.
So I have to say, Tim has got to be furious if he's watching right now because you managed to stay quiet up until the moment where you had to speak.
I was thinking of something to say. I just couldn't come up with anything clever enough.
Tim's, yeah.
But yeah, no, I just couldn't do it.
On the spot.
Yeah.
I know. I've been there.
Do it.
I've been there. We can't all be the man in the chair.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. Anyway, Tim could not join us this evening, so we have happily replaced him with El Barbacoa over here. Ye old Elizer.
Yes, ye old.
What is barbacoa made of?
What? Barbacoa is made of like beef. It's like a form of like barbecue stewed beef.
Oh, okay.
It's delicious.
Dude, barbacoa's so good.
Yes.
I've had it.
Literally the only barbacoa I've ever had.
Every time
Chipotle.
Tim makes barbacoa, he always gives me some because he needs like authentic taste buds.
He needs your approval every time.
He does, and I told him so.
You're
I was there.
I'm like,
you're in good company of apparently the president's Puerto Rican.
yeah,
Yeah, that's according to him. I don't
president of what?
know. The
Yes.
United States?
Oh wow,
Not Puerto Rico. Obviously, he's Puerto Rican. But
if Joe Biden's Puerto Rican, then I am. I'm Asian.
I'm Asian.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, you got those Asian features.
Yep, I sure do. Except for the math.
Except for the math.
All right. So,
no
what do you
video
guys what do you guys want to talk about tonight? We have
Tony, is our video not coming in?
It should be there.
How's it going, people?
they're not, but you can't have Tim's toes. I ate them.
What?
That's Tex, buddy.
I don't know what that is. I can't see what he's saying. My eyesight's horrible, so I'm sorry, Tex. I can't partake in your sassafras.
He said,
chat.
"Oh, Barbacoa's toes don't look nearly as scrumptious as Tim's."
No, mostly because mine is not for eating. And
These toes are made for walking.
yeah, these toes are made for boating.
Oh man.
Change his name.
So we have the Amazon roster, the full roster,
We do.
out.
Yeah.
It's been leaked or reviewed.
no,
rather.
yeah,
it
no,
hasn't really
it's-
been leaked.
Yeah. It's I think it's like officially out this weekend,
Yeah.
but this past weekend GW allowed reviewers on YouTube and such to post their videos Content
although
creators,
We
thank
don't
you.
create enough content in order to
Yeah,
to get free product from
we're
you.
not
even
there.
close.
We have to get more than like. Never mind.
10 people.
Yeah,
Well,
I didn't want to say it. Like we got to get more than like 5 people per
We're
view.
very self-aware on this show. Very self-aware.
But we're here anyway to talk about nerd stuff and have you random people listen.
Yeah. So the Amazon roster.
Yep. So rerolls are 60K.
That's good.
I think that's
Go
what
up.
they were before, right?
No, they
They
were
were
50.
50K.
They were 50.
They
Okay.
were 50.
Oh.
So the rerolls went up, which is good.
Yep. The Blitzers have agility and general on primary, and with strength access on secondary.
So does anybody have strength access primary?
The strength 4 blockers have strength access on primary.
Okay.
That was
Okay.
expected.
Yeah. I agree. That's expected. So
So
you can create a fantastic player out of
Yeah.
that strength 4 guy.
strength
Check.
4, strength 4 ball carrier.
You could, yeah.
Yeah, that's
The only thing is that if they're
sketchy.
you only have 2 of them.
That's a Nathan.
So,
number.
like, if one of them's holding the ball, then she's not up there doing strength 4 things.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, your whole team, I don't know, your whole team's got dodge.
I mean,
So it's like,
strength 4 ball carrier though is still pretty.
well,
in the right matchup, when you've like, say you've already like passed to your opponent's half of the pitch, and at this point you've gotten into that position where you're past their defenses, and your team has their end zone at your back, and they're trying to push you in. Having that strength 4 ball carrier, like transitioning to them,
it's a good idea.
could be really strong.
Having 3 up agility makes it super viable to be able to put them where you need them.
With
Well, not-
movement 6.
I was just about to
too.
say, it's not even only the 3 up agility, it's the extra movement, too.
Mm-hmm.
Movement 6 is awesome. And she's armor 9.
Having a
Really,
versatile,
she's probably going to be one of the best players in the game.
Having a versatile strength 4 is probably one of the bigger strengths of the team now.
She's got dodge and defensive,
Yeah.
and general and strength access.
Yep.
Yeah. So
block,
So by level 3
guard, mighty
so
blow.
yeah, you give that player
Block, mighty blow.
block first and foremost. Give them block, guard, and stand firm. Imagine what that lady's doing.
Yeah.
no mighty blow.
I mean, you could absolutely morph her into being one of your blitzers.
Yeah, I wouldn't do mighty blow on her. I don't think the strength 4 is enticing to do that, but it really doesn't matter all that much.
Just
I don't
imagine
think-
a strength 4 blodge
Mm-hmm.
with defensive guard and stand firm. Like they can't put their guards into you to dislodge you.
Who on the team has a general and agility access?
The
blitzers.
the blitzer.
Just the blitzers.
Just the blitzer.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thrower
Has
understandably
passing
has
general.
passing general.
Okay. So this is almost exactly how we called it last week.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah,
I'm a little disappointed that the blitzer
What?
has agility access.
what do you think about turning a blitzer into a fouler, giving him dirty player and sneaky get? I
So
like that idea.
I don't like it for two very important reasons.
No.
One, you only have 2 of them,
I get it.
and 2, the team literally only has 4 interesting players.
You would be better making a lineman.
Yeah,
A lineman.
Yeah, they don't have agility, they don't have agility access.
yeah.
Do they?
No, they don't.
No, they just general. That's right.
I mean,
Yes.
Well, they can get dirty player.
I like the idea of taking one of them because that's the whole idea behind sneaky get is that they don't get sent off.
Yeah, but they
On
still
Amber,
they
can.
will. They
They
will.
still can.
They will.
I've witnessed it happen.
I
Yeah,
get it.
absolutely. Absolutely.
And the problem is, like, again, if that something happens to that player, like, the team only has 4 interesting players. 4 players that you care about in, like, literally any capacity.
So you give the strength 4 guys block, guard, stand firm. You give the blitzers wrestle. I think you give both of them wrestle.
I think you give one of them wrestle.
I think you get both of them wrestle.
Also, wrestle doesn't synergize well with hit and run.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, the hit and
They
runs.
only have hit
you
and
don't want them to.
Although it doesn't synergize well with block either, does it? Oh, it does.
Well,
does
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if you run up and you roll the 1 and 9,
You can still
and
move.
you can just move away, step away for free.
right.
Which is why I'm in favor of saving up SPP on one of them, giving him mighty blow, making him your dedicated
You could.
like pain person.
in my
Right.
in my opinion, one never makes a difference. Like you need more than one on the team if you want to see actual returns.
I having at least one though, because you have just that one when you're in like the skirmish and between turns like 1 to 4. You need like someone just runs up, they sock someone and run away.
That's why I like your Fowler though, because he's the returns on that are a lot easier to gain from. Since you can modify the
I just
roll.
don't have a problem risking the linemen because you literally don't care about them.
Yeah.
You're gonna have 9 of them
Yeah.
on your team. You're literally gonna have 9 of them.
I know, but it's gonna be. I don't really want to funnel them SPP. Just give them dirty get and
Dirty get.
dirty. Yeah, give them
And
dirty get.
sneaky,
Perfect.
Dirty get.
No,
sneaky
it's
player.
dirty get because it's the combination of both those skills.
Yeah, but
I
you
don't want to give them dirty get.
But also, like
So.
your team value is probably gonna also be low enough where you can just afford bribes.
I mean that's true too. But wouldn't you want? You would. Hell yeah, I guess.
Good old dirty
You
get.
kind of want both though.
I mean, both is great, but like I've never been in favor of like ghouls on an undead or a necro team doing the same combo. I've never been a fan of that either.
I don't like the ideas of ghouls doing it on an undead team. On a necro team, fantastic foulers because you don't need them to run the ball.
Ghouls on a necro team than an undead team.
Right.
Yeah,
but you have
that's
you have
because
werewolves on the
yeah,
necro
but that's
team.
because you have werewolves. Exactly. You take one, you feed him a few touchdowns. Now he's running around the table punching people while they're.
I think a ghoul
I
is
like
like your
the
best
idea.
ball carrier on a necro team.
Well, yeah, that's because your werewolves are frenzy.
Yeah. The werewolves are running around. They're
Yeah, you
werewolves are
definitely
to do everything.
You
for
definitely want to
Yeah,
have your
but-
ghouls be runners, but you could make them foulers.
I
know?
like both. I like your werewolf scoring your touchdowns just because it feeds them SPP, and I like giving that ghoul just enough SPP
Well,
to.
Well, ball carrier and like
Mess people
and the
up.
one that's doing the scoring aren't always the same thing.
Right. Yeah.
I was
mean,
doing handoff plays to the werewolves all the time.
Yeah,
It's just
I mean,
you
that's
need the
fair.
werewolves running around like
doing other
doing the
things.
murder.
Merkin.
that's fair.
That's what you
Yeah.
need to do.
You're not always in that situation though, where you can just.
Right.
So like I remember not this. It was the previous edition of Blood Bowl. Your action ends. So if you went to throw a pass, your action ended. How did it work? So you scored a touchdown at the end of after you finished an action, right? That's how it worked. Well, when you performed a pass, the action didn't end until the until the whole passing sequence was completed.
Yeah, either you
So
failed to catch it or
Yep. So I remember I was playing with my Wood Elves. I ran the guy with the ball into the end zone, but I declared a pass because I didn't want him to score the touchdown. So he had to run. I can't remember why, but he had to run into the end zone. And then I threw the ball to someone outside of the end zone, and he ran it into the end zone. I remember I threw that wacky play out. That was so funny. Just to get, I think it's just to give a ward answer. SPP.
Just to literally do it.
I was like, I don't want this lineman getting this SPP.
Happy birthday, Mama G.
Can't do that.
Apparently, it was her birthday the other day.
Happy birthday, Mama G. But yeah. What was I? Oh, I don't. Looking back on it, like I've looked into the thrower on the Amazons a little more. I'm a little more interested in taking a thrower.
I like the thrower.
I think any team that has a thrower should use the thrower.
Not because I think you're going to be throwing the ball a lot. I don't think you're going to be throwing the ball really at all. I think you're going to be handing it off, or maybe making those 1 square or 2 square passes. I don't think you're going to be throwing a vast distance.
Oh no.
The reason I like the thrower is because of on the ball and safe pass. So for those 1 square passes, one doesn't fumble the ball.
Yeah. So if you having safe pass built in is really nice.
Yeah.
For anyone that doesn't know, safe pass is the one where if you throw a ball on a 1, you don't fumble, you don't turn over, the activation ends. She's got pass, so you can re-roll it.
Oh, she does have pass.
She has pass,
and
safe
on the
pass,
ball.
and on the ball,
and dodge. Such a good thrower.
Yeah,
yeah.
So plus, and she, if he throws on 3+,
Really
all you got to do is just level her up, get her accurate. Now he's throwing quick passes on a 2.
Yep.
And if you fail, then nothing happens.
Yeah.
I think you want those. I think you want sure hands first. But yeah, I get what you're.
Sure hands could. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think you go sure hands first because you already have pass for throwing the ball. You don't need that +1 right off the bat.
Yeah.
You have a pretty easy way to farm SPP though if you get that accurate.
That's true. That's true.
Either or would be a good choice for her.
Granted,
I think
the problem
both.
is no one has catch, but that can be remedied.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really go catch on. I don't honestly know what you do with the blitzers. To me, are in a weird spot. So they have hit and run, dodge, and what's the other skill? Defensive.
Jump up.
Jump up.
Jump
What's
up.
defensive?
Defensive is the strength
Oh,
4.
that's the strength 4 guys. That's right. So they have jump up.
I think you just build. You lean into the agility on the blitzers, right? You turn them into a star runner.
That's
Give
that's
them,
what
give
the
them sprint. Give them
you
sure
give them
feet.
You give them block, sprint, sure feet, catch. So
Yeah.
you can turn them into like a stretch player.
I like giving them wrestle though. I'd give at least 1 wrestle, if not both. I like the idea of having 2 with wrestle, so you can cover both sides of the pitch.
Yeah, but you could give the lineman wrestle.
I don't want to level up a lineman.
But you're going to.
Maybe.
But wouldn't linemen wouldn't wrestle
They're
just
gonna
kind of
die.
I don't know.
Maybe. I mean,
Dude, you're literally you will have 9 linemen on this team.
No, I get it.
Because you don't have enough position. The team just isn't
once
granted enough positionals.
Once you fill out the
you have
positionals,
3. You have 4 total positionals, right? You have
3 total positionals.
Well, you have linemen. You have the strength 4 guys. You got your blitzers and your throwers.
Yeah, but
you only get 2.
You can only take 2 blitzers.
Yeah.
2 Jaguar Warriors.
Yep.
And you'll only take 1 thrower.
Welcome to a dwarf team.
I know. I could.
I mean, you take 2 runners instead of 1 thrower in this case, but welcome to a dwarf team. Like, it's 2 positionals all around.
You'll always have an abundance of linemen or linewomen for Amazons because that's just how.
Well, they're cheap. They're $50K for a movement 6 guy with dodge, which is
and they're gonna just Pac-Man a bunch of MVPs.
I mean, that's true too. You will have, but in that case though, I want to have one with kick.
Yeah,
I want one with kick, and I'm gonna go kick first.
I just before the end of the league, I can just see you leveling up a bunch of linemen. And not because you want to, but because it's just going to happen.
Or you just give them. They have general. Just give them block.
Yeah,
give them block, and those are the ones. Maybe those are the ones that sit on the line.
Hardier linemen, just give them block.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know.
No, if they
I've
level
got
up
that.
to get blodge, then you now value them. And
I-
you're like, okay, congratulations,
I
here's
get
the
it,
gold star.
but the reason I guess it depends on who you don't put them on the line if you're playing against dwarves.
You just
but-
don't put them on the line because they'll get powed and they'll die.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is math.
Getting
I've
blo-
played so many.
getting blodge on those line women is just so they can continue to survive being line women.
Yeah, but
Getting in the way and screening and
but
stuff
giving
like
them
that.
giving them block it makes them so much better.
It does make them a lot better, sure.
So much better because now they're even safer defensively, and then offensively they get that little bit of an edge.
Mm-hmm.
I think you just transform the blitzers into runners. Just make them ball carriers.
I think so. I mean, for me specifically, I would, because I like throwing. If the team has a thrower, I always try to lean towards utilizing it.
Mhm.
And since the Amazons have a dedicated thrower that's got some pretty good skills for it, and the blitzers can definitely be
I don't
leveled up to
know.
be a good runner and
Yeah.
catcher.
I don't know what I would do with that team. That's
Dude,
hard.
it is hard. Like if
I like
I
wrestle
want-
strip ball on one of them.
I want them to have 4 blitzers.
Wrestle strip ball is always a good combo.
I want them to be allowed to have 4 blitzers. I would be so much more I would be so much happier with the team.
Yeah,
I'd be so much more interested in what the team had to offer
Maybe
Yeah.
they
if it had 4 blitzers.
maybe
Yeah,
they
it
cut
needs-
down on that because of the abundance of blodge that the team can get.
Yeah, well they
did. Yeah,
they
You
cu-
know?
I don't know. I feel like they
Well,
nerfed
I-
it too hard.
I don't
because,
think
like,
it was.
They
I don't
could
think it
have 4
was-
before.
I don't think it was because of blodge. I think it was that new rule, hit and run.
Hit and
I think
run,
that's it. They
Adding
don't want-
strength forward to
they
the
don't
team.
want that too. That player
know.
is great.
That
That player
gonna
is
be.
is magnificent.
You probably could just think of those 2 players as your extra set of blitzers.
I
or just strength
kind of
you
want
know?
to play him this next season, but I don't know what other people are going to be playing.
yeah,
I
don't
feel like there's going to be a bunch of Amazon players.
Yeah, maybe.
I
haven't
I don't
heard
know if I
anybody
can play
really
him.
talking about playing them. Lukey's the only other person I can think of that would.
I think
Hey,
I'd play
Denise,
him.
are you interested in
Yeah,
the, in
and,
the new
and Denise
Amazons?
as well. Yeah, she
Yeah,
had Amazon.
Denise is our
Yep.
resident Amazon player.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think so. Well,
I could see Denise playing it.
We'll
if she
see
plays in
if
the
there's-
next one.
if there's not a lot of people playing Amazons, I'll play Amazons. But if there's
There you
like
go.
6 people playing Amazons, I'm playing dwarves.
You're gonna at least have like one person playing Amazons. I feel.
Oh, absolutely,
At
at least
least-
one, but not 6, right?
No,
like
no, no.
it's
I know Lukey's
I don't
one.
like-
Denise for sure. If Kyle comes back, I think he was interested in the new Amazons as well.
Kyle will be back.
I'm just always interested in new teams.
So I like new teams too. I feel like for me, Blood Bowl has a lot of spice in its variety. So I want to have one of every team just because it'd be really cool.
Yeah,
I have like six teams right now, so 6
Yeah.
or 7 teams.
a lot of teams do appeal. I do like the variety in different teams. Some of them are a little too
Samesy.
not samey, just like some of the
Dull.
stuff you can some of the stuff you can do with them is just too nonsensical.
Mm.
But like, I don't know.
I
do
love
like a
corn.
lot
I
of them.
love corn.
The corn team's one of my favorite, but
I-
that's another one that's just
I think
kind of silly.
I think my
I
2
love
top
them.
favorite teams are Skaven and Corn.
Corn is definitely
Skaven's another one that's just absolutely silly.
Corn
I
is
love-
my
I love
number one
Skaven,
favorite
man.
team ever. I love playing this team.
Yeah, Corn is fun,
They're
man.
a lot of fun.
It's challenging for the frenzy, and then it's
Yeah.
almost like you're playing like a puzzle every time you're planning out your turn.
Yeah,
And then you could have that game where you just completely mollywop because
Nice.
you're all of those extra blocks.
in season,
You know?
if you're doing league play, the problem with corn is your lineup. So like if you come across no shock to anybody, we have some players in our leagues that are better than others. So if your first few opponents are players who know how to counter corn, especially if you don't have any leveled up players, it's a nightmare.
Yeah,
It's a nightmare.
You've got to put corn gores up there to
Yes.
take the non-frenzy
Well,
blocks.
pretty
yeah,
much.
exactly. But those
I love corn.
you're talking if you're talking like early season though,
It's
how many do you
corn.
start with?
Mhm.
How many corn growers do you start with? 2?
Oh yeah, early season. I don't know. I've never played a million. Team
I think I
value
did. I
corn
think I
before.
did 3 when I did mine. My
I
team.
started
with 3.
I started with 2. So you might have to start with 3 so you can do that. Because if you come across lizards
Ooh.
like early on in the season and you're playing corn, like their
Well,
first match,
You
you might just be screwed.
you just at that point you just don't challenge the line of scrimmage.
No,
Yeah,
I
like-
mean
Yeah.
there's always going to be
might just be
those
screwed.
hard counter teams to other specific
Ogres.
teams.
ogres. You go up against an ogre team as a fresh corn team. I don't know what you do.
Just all these titchy little dudes. Just
You might try to go make some frenzy blocks against some Noblars. They're 3-die blocks. However,
you're probably gonna
they
roll
have
a push.
sidestep.
You're probably gonna roll
So-
a push.
They're
Yeah.
gonna
So-
kite you back into the ogre.
So if they're smart,
Yeah, they'll kite you.
they're
into
gonna
the
feed you
ogres
back to the ogres, and then you're gonna get punched.
Yeah.
Black orcs are intriguing.
Yeah,
Denise wants to play Black Orcs because she won them at the GT last year.
I like
played them.
the idea of Black Orcs. I feel like you can do a lot of really cool things with them. I think they're very infuriating. Just
Foul.
the way the team is.
Set them up as a fouling team. That's what you
Yeah.
got to do.
That's what they're designed. That's what they're literally designed.
Just for the love of God, give them block.
Dude, I played
Give them block.
I
At
played them
least
for
one
a
of
whole league, and I
No,
tried
all of them.
to optimize them as a
Need some Mighty Blow
a good
first,
team
too.
in general, and it made them so expensive,
Mhm.
so expensive.
You give them block just so you can put things on the ground.
Yeah,
And then you can foul it.
I get it.
Mhm.
I get it. That's one of the things I hate about that team is the grab. I hate grab as a rule, or not grab. What's a brawler? That's what it's called. That's that terrible rule.
Mhm.
Grab is one of their cool things.
Yeah. Grab is
brawler is just a stupid rule.
I just want it to work on a blitz.
I just want them to get rid of it. It shouldn't be a skill. Just get rid of it. It's dumb. It shouldn't exist.
Yeah, it's kind of a poopy skill.
We
Like,
have 3 skills, at least 3 skills, and there's probably another one I can't think of right now, that affect that stupid thing, that stupid result on that die. Right? And this one, you just get to re-roll it. And
Yeah.
it's like,
And you
can't
only
use
ever-
it on a blitz, and you can only re-roll one of them.
And you only ever really
Worthless.
want to use it if you're getting like a skull and a push. If you get a skull and a double down, you're pretty much just better off using a team reroll to
Oh,
reroll
yeah.
both dice.
No,
Yeah,
you are.
exactly.
You
Like
are.
it's such a it's
It sucks.
it's a situational skill, and the situation is not one you want to be in.
If I could just build
So, like,
like
it's,
an 1800 value team for that
for
for the
Black
for
Orcs?
Black Orcs,
It'd be a good team.
I'd give all of them pro.
That's what I had.
That way
18
they have pro and brawler.
1.8.
I had that on a chaos
I don't
warrior.
think do they have general primary? Oh, wait,
Yeah,
ha-
they-
Yeah,
They
yeah,
have
yeah.
to.
Black Orcs have general.
give
and
all
strength.
of them block, pro, mighty blow, guard.
Not a bad.
That's a good
Not a
player.
bad idea.
That's a good player.
But you're literally spending an entire skill just to mitigate another shitty skill that they have.
Oh no, it's to combo with it.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
that
but-
you
but
throw
you-
you throw a 2-die block at someone, you roll a double down and you roll a push.
But that's the problem.
You use brawler, reroll the double down. Don't get what you're looking for. You use pro to reroll the push.
I know, but that's the problem though. You're spending an entire skill
so
just to
much
be able to
CP.
make another skill useful.
CP.
Oh no, I know.
That-
I get it.
It's like
I
you're,
get it.
you're taking 2 skills in one just to make one good skill.
Yeah.
That's what sucks about
I
it.
also just genuinely really like pro.
I mean, pro is really good, despite
I
what
like pro,
despite what
too.
Nathan has to say.
Pro
like
pro
pro
is
too.
just it's
Right,
just like a
Nathan?
third tier skill. Like there's just other things that just everyone really wants and needs. Pro is just kind of like a hat on a hat that you get later.
Mhm.
Makes
I
you
used
do
it-
stuff.
Unless you're vampires, then you get them right away.
I used it on
Typically,
I think it was the 3rd level up on one of my corn linemen. And I was like, he leveled up 3 times. I don't know what to give you. He had block, and he had, what was the other skill? I think it was dirty player. And I was like, pro. And so it worked out pretty well. I mean, he scored, well, I can't speak
dirty
about
player, pro, and block.
it.
What
was
a guy!
It was a weird player. Was it dirty? It might have been something other than
Yeah,
dirty
I will hope it
player.
was something different.
Yeah, it might
I
have been
think
something different.
wrestle synergizes better with block, or I'm sorry, with dirty player.
Dirty player. Does it?
Yeah, because if your opponent like goes to hit you on their turn, you just wrestle them to the ground, and then you stand up and kick them in the face on your turn.
Kick them in the face. Get them.
I guess.
I might play vampires next season.
Oh God, I will not. I won't play vampires until they get a new team, which the rumor mill says they're next.
They should have
New
been out
team.
already. It's October.
Yeah.
Come on.
They'll actually be a playable team too.
I hope so. That'd be really nice.
They
I'm pretty
have
excited.
to
I'm pretty
be.
excited for vampires.
Bloodlust will get reworked, but like I can't really
Are you sure?
totally rely on every. Well, I mean, Bloodlust
sure?
will be its own rule.
Well,
They're not
yeah.
going to just have animal savagery.
Yeah, but I don't know.
They'll
I-
get rid of animal savagery and they'll do something else.
They might keep it like I don't know. What if Bloodlust ends up becoming just a version of animal savagery? Just like animal
That's what he's
savagery,
saying.
but like animal savagery reskinned.
That's exactly
So
what
so
he's
it's
saying.
literally the exact same rule with a different title.
Yeah, maybe like
No.
a little bit of
Oh.
a difference or something, but
I-
it effectively ends up being the same thing. You know?
I mean,
it will
it depends-
affect. It will effectively be the same thing. It'll just go about it slightly differently.
It
so.
it just depends on how little bit of different it is, because that little bit could be massive.
Yeah, I mean maybe it depends.
Well, yeah, because right now they punch their own guys. You can use Mighty Blow on it,
Mm-hmm.
but they get to finish their actions, right?
Yeah.
Any action, right?
You know,
We'll see.
speaking of animal savagery, the new
Oh, I actually figured out exactly what you could do to make them not bad.
make all the thralls armor 9.
You make it. No.
Mhm.
You make it animal savagery, but it functions as stab.
what,
Where
Oh,
they
like-
where they
so
don't
like
get
you
knocked
don't
down.
knock them down.
But
yeah,
if you
you
break
just
armor,
roll. You just roll armor,
Mhm.
and then if you break armor, they go down.
that's actually pretty.
So
that
it's-
actually would be pretty.
I
neat.
I still think the detriment of doing just moving on a 4+ is still too bad.
Well, then you make it a 2+, right? I'm not necessarily saying you can't change values or anything, but yeah. So like, make it bonehead or make it something else. With
I
that,
definitely
with that
like the
caveat,
idea
and I think that works better.
of them not just running off the pitch when they can't feed on someone.
Yeah.
I like the idea more of them just like either losing their tackle zone or just, unchanneled fury. They're just mad and can't do anything.
I miss the memes of them running off the pitch.
I hate it. So,
I'm
dude, it's
not
so
gonna
bad.
lie.
It's
I
such
miss the
bad
memes.
design.
It's so funny. You remember when
pretty
you
bad.
did you ever play the video game against vampires and you just see a vampire try to do something and he just loses his shit and just runs off the pitch? You're like, what the heck, guy? The game's right here. This vamp's just gone. For the memes, I love it. It's so fantastic.
The new star players that came out with the Amazons, I could see 2 of them being really, really good.
Glottal Stomp or what?
Oh, hey, did they get a
Yeah.
big guy?
No
No.
big guy.
0 big guy.
0 big guy.
Ooh.
So they don't have any big guys on their roster list at all.
No, but they have big guy star players, and with the mercenary rules, you can mercenary
Yeah.
big guy. So
Mm.
it's
So-
actually okay.
Glottal Stop.
Glottal Stop.
Yeah, he's a Croxagore star player.
Mm.
So Croxagore stat line.
Mm.
He is strength. He's plus strength, so he's strength 6.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay. He has stand firm. Instead of bonehead, he has animal savagery. I think he has one other skill too.
That's worse. So he's a strength 6 Crocs with bonehead or with animal
With
savagery.
animal savagery
and-
instead of bonehead.
Yeah.
And his he's still a Croxagore, so he's got like the prehensile tail.
Yes.
Actually I have it
I
saved.
hate animals. Give me Unchanneled Fury. I
Animal
hate
savagery. Animal savagery is a downgrade from Bonehead
Well, yeah, it is.
for sure.
But no, I hate. Give me Unchanneled Fury. That's why I don't know. It's
Okay,
Minotaur
here
all
he
day
is.
long.
Yep. So Frenzy.
Oh, he's got friends.
Yeah, he's got Frenzy,
Strength
Stand Firm, and Animal Savagery. His once per game rule
I don't like that.
with Animal Savagery is if he rolls a 1 on Animal Savagery once per game, instead of hitting one of his teammates,
Yeah, it's
he can hit one of his opponents
That's actually
and then
pretty
complete
good.
his action.
wow. So once per game, but you have to roll a 1. You,
You have
not
to-
just
yeah.
a failure on animal savagery. You got to roll a 1
Well, I guess I would have to reread the rule again.
because you.
but
could-
it could just be failure.
because that makes a big difference. Like if you want to like move him,
Mhm.
but not necessarily block, but then you fail your movement and on a less than a 3.
Just declare, just be like, okay, this guy here, he's gonna declare move action. He's gonna declare what?
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna boom slap you. It's like because like maybe you want him to become a roadblock in another part of the line or
Yeah.
part of the pitch, and you want to move him away from somebody. So you're hoping that you fail it, then beat the heck out of the opponent that's tagging you, so you can move freely.
Yeah.
So if it's failure instead of just rolling a 1, it ups the utility of that ability a lot.
He's good though. With like he's strength 6, stand firm. That's
Yeah,
Awesome.
especially with prehensile tail. Just
Mhm.
plop him right in the center of a bunch of gutter runners or a bunch of elves, and just watch him square.
and he's Lustrian Super League. So of course, lizards can take him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's a freaking Croxigore. I would hope so.
I don't know if I like that big guy though. How much is he?
270.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
I think he'd be fun to play with.
I'd take him. No, I like going to the build a big guy workshop and just like
Build a big guy.
and just like going ham.
Build a brick. Build a brick workshop. Oh,
You
gosh.
just build a bad rule workshop.
They need to
and
like
just-
double the price on mercenaries.
Ah,
Mercenaries are
just
busted.
Get rid of them.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
shoot.
I'm perfectly fine with like the older mercenary rules where it's just,
Makes sense.
you buy whatever position you want plus 30K plus whatever you
Yep.
want extra for skills, and that's what you get.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, they're not crazy, and they're expensive.
Yep. And they're useful. Like
Yeah, you
you,
can
like
put
you
whatever
brought that
skill-
tentacle warrior in our final that one league, and it paid off dividends.
What
for you.
did I did? I did something like that. I think with a dwarf. Like I just brought a regular lineman dwarf, a mercenary to lineman dwarf, and
Probably
I
gave him guard.
Probably gave him guard. Yeah, and
Actually, I think you did that in our playoff game.
Yeah, Nathan,
Maybe that's what it was.
The guaranteed of activation, as long as you keep someone next to him, is pretty nice to have for sure. That's the good thing about Animal Sacrifice.
yeah, but like you just if the guy's got mighty blow and stuff, you just end up
hurting your guys
ruining
pretty
your
bad.
own team.
You definitely can
Like
for sure.
I would much rather, especially when it comes to like Unchanneled Fury, where you get to keep your tackle zones.
Mhm.
Like I'd much rather go with that, and then just lose the activation of one guy for one turn, opposed to potentially a player for either an entire half or
Yeah, you risk losing the
2 turns because they're stunned, or
Yeah.
the rest of the game because they got casualty.
Right.
So like it's Unchanneled Fury is just way better.
Always be blitzing.
I do like Unchanneled Fury better than Animal Savagery for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's a better
think I
skill.
agree.
It's a better skill.
Animal Savagery is better on some teams. Like I think it's fine on Chorfs because you have all that armor 10.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it all depends on what
If
you're
you have a high
punching.
armor team, it's not
Yeah.
gonna matter.
Like
Well,
so
punch what
if
you're
you if you put this guy onto your Amazon team, be
Yeah.
careful.
I'm not.
That-
yeah,
that-
and that's
Caution.
it's one of the reasons I wouldn't run him is
That's-
because like he's literally just, especially on a team that has so much dodge and
Right.
potentially so much blodge, auto punching a player
With
and
blodge.
then I'm guessing he has mighty blow.
Here, let me show you how to get
Yeah,
around
exactly.
blodge. Hits
Yeah,
himself.
exactly. Like
It's the
it's,
best
Murders
way.
teammate.
it's
best
just
way to
such
do
a
it.
bad idea.
Oh,
I do not.
it's such
I do
a,
not like it.
It's such a big contention with Skaven teams too, because there's like a big like split between Skaven players on whether a Rat Ogre is worth taking on their team, because like everyone's
Just
armor freaking
punching
eight.
your own players.
And like you need, like with Skaven, you want to have all the rats you can get. But
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people think that having the strength 4, frenzy, stuff like that is.
I don't think it. Wait, are
It's-
they're strength 5, right?
Oh, sorry, yeah, strength 5.
Okay.
Yeah, having the strength 5 and
4, I
frenzy
wouldn't
and stuff
bother.
like that is worth having though for that extra punch, because Skaven don't have a lot. They don't have any other strength 4s at all,
Yeah. See,
So-
but
or
see,
strength 4 plus, I should say.
I think I would agree because on a Skaven team, I don't think you care. My winning season with Wood Elves, I didn't have a tree on my team, primarily because I couldn't get the money to
yeah,
scrape
but
together.
but
to
you
buy it
but
'cause
if
I
you
had
had the
replaced
money, if
players,
you had the
but-
money, you would have got it. I bet.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But you just you
You
really
don't need it. You don't need it.
exactly
I
because that's
think-
not what
I
your
think
team
the tree,
does.
I think the tree is valuable for,
I think the
for,
tree
for
is
what else.
very good for
I've
wood
done
elves for sure.
now more than ever. Yeah, I would agree. I think you do need them.
Or at least you can pull a halfling crap where you have 2 trees and then freaking Ent-Man, whatever his star player
I'm
is.
still of the opinion that Halfling is like one of the best teams in the game.
They are like one of those secret menu teams where like, hey, these
Basically.
guys suck. but they don't really.
don't really. If you kind of know how to game the inducements.
Oh, it's
So
like,
then
yeah.
there was the frog lady. I don't remember her name off the top of my head. I apologize.
Miss Croak. I have no idea.
No,
Miss
but
Croak.
like the hag chick with all the frogs on her.
Ah, I'm not
She's
sure who she is.
basically got the stat line of a lineman, of an Amazon lineman.
Okay.
Okay. She comes with dodge. She has sidestep and guard.
That's not
That's
bad.
an interesting.
I like that. I always thought that would be
Mixed
pretty cool.
with, this is what I like. Mixed with, oh my goodness, mixed with dodge. Sidestep is a fantastic skill.
Yes, it is.
Maybe,
Absolutely.
What do you do with your blitzers? Dodge, sidestep on
Dude,
your blitzers.
sidestep is fantastic. It's just
You
good.
sidestep on your blitzers.
Just really don't want those blitzers to get hit
Elf,
ever.
Yeah,
Elven Union blitzers do sidestep.
Yeah.
they do.
her once per game ability is really strong.
What is it?
You select an opposition when you activate her.
Does she tongue punch somebody?
Yeah,
Wow.
kind of. When you activate her once per game, you select an opposition player within 5 squares,
So she does whip them with her frog tongue.
and that player loses their tackle zone and cannot be activated until the end of your next turn.
What in the hell?
Wait,
That's
until the
really
end of
weird.
your next turn?
Yeah.
So you essentially
Like
just
the-
pick a player and they're dumb for 2
The
turns.
player who activated her?
No,
or
no.
the-
So like when you activate her, she picks someone within 5 squares of her.
Okay.
And that player cannot be activated until the start of her next turn.
So they essentially
Or
lose
I
two.
think it's
two.
So she stuns a player.
Yeah.
But like
For
they
2
stay
turns,
on their
essentially.
feet.
Well, that's what it is.
They just lose
yeah.
their tackle zone.
But they can't move
Yeah,
or do
you can't,
anything.
You can't activate them. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I mean,
Don't like that at all.
So
No,
you can't
that's-
like foul them or anything like that. You know,
You can
they're
hit
just
'em.
there. You can
You
still
could-
block
you
them.
could
but
do
If you
that
could
with-
get her within 5 squares of the ball,
I was about to say you could literally just freeze the. You can stun the ball carrier,
And I think it's
while he has the ball, so he can't even drop it or do anything.
Yeah.
You're literally just stuck there holding it until he gets punched.
Mhm.
does someone that is
Knock
holding the
him
ball
down and
loses
stun
their
him.
tackle zone? They keep holding the ball, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
I
believe
think
so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if an ogre boneheads with the ball, he
He's-
still
yeah.
he still
He
keeps
still-
the
he
ball.
still holds the
Yeah.
ball.
Yeah.
But they
It's-
lose.
it's
But they
on-
lose any skills that they
it's-
have for
yeah.
protection.
It's on
Yeah.
a 2+.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So-
Once per
so,
game, right?
Yeah, it's not like automatic, but like
So it's like a wizard, except you
Better.
don't knock them down.
That's better.
Yeah, it is better.
you do have to be within 5 squares when you activate her. So
That's true.
Movement 6.
yeah.
Yeah, that's not. a big deal.
Yeah. That's
Especially
pretty
you can
much an
go for
entire.
it with her like normal. Yeah,
That's pretty much an entire half of the pitch.
that is silly.
So basically, your opponent has to end their turn with the ball within 5 squares of this chick.
See, this is the crap I don't like about Blood Bowl.
I-
Like,
I
hate
agree.
those rules.
That-
I
that's-
hate those rules.
It's a really, really strong.
yeah.
I'm not a fan
so
of that.
Dumb.
Estelle.
Yeah, Estelle.
Estelle Leveroux.
It's definitely Estelle.
She's French.
Yeah, I guess so.
She likes
French.
frogs.
It'd be a Stella.
Estelle. It's not an A. It's an E at the end.
I get it, but it's French.
Estelle Leveroux.
In French, only the first 2 letters matter.
That's true.
What?
This is true.
Okay.
And so her name's S.
S.
Oh, dope.
No, the rest you just kind of make up.
Yeah.
You just make noises.
Yeah.
I took French. Did very bad in it.
Like you
Same,
see
buddy.
that? There's an X at the end of that last name.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. No,
I watched
same thing
this,
with same thing with T's. I have a coworker whose last name is Villerot, and it's spelled Villerot.
Yeah.
Vilrot.
That's a-
No, it's
names,
not.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It ain't Vilrot.
But yeah. So no,
Literal.
it's I don't know. What was the Snake Star player? I know this is kind of old, but what did they do?
I didn't look
the
into
Naga.
him.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't watch the video long enough to see him.
You know,
Okay.
I feel like that is
I
a
can't
wasted
recall.
opportunity to have a snake dude serpent big guy.
I don't know why they didn't give him a Croc score.
Yeah, boa
although
constrictor.
I'm
Nathan,
actually
can you check and see what he does?
Oh,
What's
that's
his
right.
special ability?
His name is literally boa constrictor.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's dumb.
Well, look at the way it's spelled. It's unique.
I'm actually okay with him not getting a normal big guy. I think it's fine.
Well,
Yeah,
you know.
I would have liked it considering how narrow the roster is. I just don't like. I
don't think it's that narrow.
Generally, I would
Most
like a
teams.
team to have, like, when you have the roster completely filled out, only field between 3 and 4 linemen. When you have everything that you want.
I think I feel like that's way too many positionals on a team because, like,
I'm okay with 6. I think having 6 on the field.
I think
half your
yeah.
team being linemen, I think it's perfectly fine.
I feel like that's a good balance too. I don't think
Yeah.
having an entire team of special positionals makes
Me neither.
you know. I mean, is in sports team thematically, it doesn't
And
make much sense.
4 positional is pretty standard. I get you're only bringing one of the throwers, but that's still 5 and 6. Like, that's still fine. It's like a human team is like 5 and 6, right?
You can have 4 blitzers, 2 throwers.
Oh, that's right. You can have 4
Yeah.
blitzers.
And you
Yeah.
can have 4 catchers.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
And-
but you don't put. I mean, you put 4 blitzers on the pitch, but
Yeah.
you don't put
4 blitzers,
catchers.
4
I
catchers.
could see 2 catchers.
2 catchers I could see.
Yeah.
You don't put
See,
4
see,
on
that's
the
a
field.
team. That's a team where I'm very okay with taking a catcher and making him a fouler. I'm very okay with that.
Yeah. Well, if you get 4
Well, you
of
have
them,
you have the
absolutely.
resources to do it.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
and human teams are cheap.
Mhm.
You know, you know.
I wanted to play humans at one
Also,
point.
they have a big guy. So that's
Yep.
True.
that's 4 blitzers, a big guy, a thrower, at least 1 catcher, at least. You might take 2,
But
so
here's
that's
the
7 right there, and then you have 4 linemen.
But
on
here's
the
the
pitch.
team though. Their positionals are very bland's not the right word, but they're not as powerful as
I don't know. A
Amazon's.
human blitzer is pretty solid.
Yeah, but it's starting out, he comes with block.
Well, they're movement 7. They got block.
I get it, but
Armor-
starting out, he
armor
comes with
9.
block. Like he doesn't come with block. He doesn't come with dodge.
Yeah,
it
but-
dodge, hit and run, and what's the other one?
Yeah. Well, the special team
Dodge, hit and run,
jump
and
up.
jump up.
the,
Yeah,
the
like,
special rules that are coming out now are more of a
Not to
newer
mention,
thing, too.
and those are movement 7 too.
Yeah, they
So
are.
like, no, I think it's fine. And their first level up, they can get Blodge.
Dodge,
I
hit,
don't think. I think
dodge,
it's-
hit and run. And
I
jump
think it's
up, man.
fine. I think the team is fine.
Dodge, hit and run.
I don't know, man.
I was hoping I was hoping they would take this. What they should have done with the strength 4 guy. They should have took Dodge off the strength 4 guys and gave him something else. That's what they should have done. Those shouldn't have Dodge.
I think they need it. I think they need it a lot because, like, I don't think the team is that strong.
Really.
I think
It's
at,
not
at-
any-
I
is-
think at really low team value, it's going to perform well, which means it'll do fine at tournaments.
It's
But like, I think they're going to suffer on the same problem as before, where when you get to 1600 TV, they're going to fall apart.
yeah. I can see why you think that. Tackle does negate a lot of the things with Dodge.
The entirety of what they do.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but that's just. I mean, that's their linemen, right?
Yeah.
Like your other positionals all do different things. Maybe.
It's just the linemen just aren't interesting to have so many of them, and just not enough.
I don't think there's that many of them.
I don't
so
think
you're gonna
6
have
is too many.
you have 2 you have 2 strength 4,
think
1
6 is too many.
thrower, and then
2 blitzers.
2 blitzers.
So
at
that's 5 players. So you're going to have 6 linemen.
Yeah.
I don't think that's too much.
I think that's fine.
It's for the player to be as uninteresting as it is. I think so.
I don't think it's that bad though. Like the player's pretty good.
But
Like
the lineman-
Dodge.
lineman-
I would rather have a 50K Amazonian line woman on my Wood Elf team
Mm-hmm.
than a 70K Wood Elf lineman. Like it's
I
not even close.
I don't agree with that
Why?
because
That's not even close. They're 20K cheaper and they're more survivable.
yeah, but one level up and now you've got an extra point of movement
And I'm 40K
plus
more
one zip.
expensive.
Constrictor
It's
spelled with a
insane.
K, Nathan. Just so
I
you
don't know, man.
I do. I
he
do.
has-
That's
he has
not, it's
dodge-
one more point of movement. It's
That's
not that
right.
big of a deal.
He has dodge, sidestep, safe pair of hands. I remember that now. And then if he starts his activation next to an opposition player with the ball once per game, he can just take the ball and a 2+ from them.
That's right. That's dumb too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember that.
Dumb too.
That's-
I remember talking.
I was
about
like,
that.
holy crap, this snake.
I'd be okay with just
What a snake.
none of these once per game things being a
Yeah, I
thing.
don't.
Well, they're there to make the star player more of a star player. but
Yeah,
I
and
feel like the
I get
game's
it.
already oversaturated with star players.
Well,
You know?
I don't know if that's the problem. I don't know. To me, it's the specialty rules.
I'm surprised they haven't come up with their own. If you're mechanics for players to become star players. I'm
I think
surprised they haven't come up with that yet.
that might be in the next expansion. I think the game's oversaturated with rules and skills. Period. I think. I mean, that's a Games Workshop thing.
They
love-
definitely
they love
added-
adding in more and more and more rules. They do it with all
Yeah,
the
they
games.
definitely padded the rules a lot to make up for their randomizing,
Yeah.
mechanic that they came out with.
Yeah, but they leveling up players used to be so simple, and now it's like now you've got to consult the table of many options.
Yeah,
It's
reminds
like,
me of D&D.
Uh,
The table of many options.
yeah, basically.
A magical table of many options.
All right, so we got 15 minutes left. We need to talk about the
Wow.
40K preview because
Well,
it's coming. It's their 35-year anniversary.
Oh, nice. 35 years of
War-
Games
yeah.
Workshop.
Warhammer 40K specifically.
Oh, 40K.
yeah, it's the 40. It's the
Happy
40K,
35th anniversary, 40K.
which is a weird thing to say. It's year 40,000. It's your 35th anniversary.
Don't think too hard.
Well, they do need to.
What?
They do need to get through 39 years before they can have their 40th anniversary, Brad.
Well, I
That's
mean,
very
that's not
true.
even what. I
I'll
mean,
tell you what, the 40th
what are they going to
anniversary
do
of
on their
40K.
40,000th anniversary?
Their 40,000th.
40,000.
The planet will be dead
I don't
by that point.
know if that's true, but
Games Workshop very well probably will be.
Yeah,
That-
well, if
that's
they keep
more
making
likely.
if they keep making rules the way they are, absolutely.
that's far more likely than the planet being gone. But
Oh wow, it's like at 8 a.m. our time.
yeah, 9 a.m. I think.
Wow.
No,
I
I'm
mean,
looking at 8 a.m.
When's
Or,
the
well,
is the previous
Chicago
Saturday?
is the same time zone as us.
on,
right?
on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
No, Chicago's a different time
No,
zone.
they're like
They're an hour-
behind,
Are they an
I
hour
believe.
ahead?
No, I
Behind.
think they're
They're an hour ahead.
Behind.
behind. Yeah, they're
Okay,
an hour
so
So
yeah,
you
behind.
lose an hour travel. Oh, you do lose an hour traveling
Yeah.
west. The sun, because the
You
sun rises
gain
in
an
the
hour.
east. Yeah, you gain an hour. The sun rises
Yep.
in the east.
So
Absolutely.
they don't tell us like anything about what
So
they're
now-
going to be
what the preview is?
what the preview is. It's just
Mhm.
it's going to be 40K.
Well, I think we know what it is.
Angry Ron?
I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be corn.
Well, Angron and Corn have already been, or is it not Corn? World Eaters have already been announced. Like,
Yeah, but they
That's
might go into more.
fair.
They might go into more detail with
We
it.
haven't seen all the models though, right? All we've
Oh, no.
all we've seen is Angron and the Berserkers.
Maybe
Right.
the
Which,
lion,
let's
maybe
be
the
honest, that's the army.
maybe the lion will come out.
I own Thousand Sons. It is true. So they will get their own
I was-
H. They will
don't
get a
start.
few. They will get a few. Oh, maybe it is the lion.
It won't be.
No, he'll be a 10th.
Nah,
he'll be a
yeah.
10th release teaser.
Absolutely.
Um,
yeah. He'll
I
be-
don't think
he'll be
we
special.
have Angron and Guard to come out. So
I wish it would have
it
just
very
brought the
well
lion
could
out.
be some new Guard kits.
Yeah, I could see guard kits.
Because that's like I don't see them teasing 10th edition before they're done with all the
No.
releases for 9th.
No,
I feel like that would just
we're,
be
we're
dumb.
way too far away. Like they
Yeah.
will
So-
start dropping
isn't-
hints of 9th edition. in
Isn't
March.
Guard like rumored to come out like early next year though?
January
next year.
December, January,
And they're
Yeah.
projecting the 10th edition out summer of next year.
Typically, it's in the summer. Yeah.
So if that's the case, you're gonna have like about 6 months of actual Guard play before they get you completely topsy turvied again.
Yeah. That's how it works sometimes.
Wow.
assuming it's in another index edition.
I'll go home and whisper sweet nothings to my Thousand Sons collection because that's exactly what
You need
happened.
to just keep them, dude. Like, just keep them and
I'm
wait for the reckoning that is
selling
to
'em.
come, man.
I'm selling them.
Don't sell them. Just keep them.
Literally-
And then when Zinch comes out with the entire, butt stomping crap that whatever they do for them, you're going to be very happy.
Here's why I'm telling you that they're not getting any new models. All right. Guard is getting new model range this year. We're talking about Rough Riders. We're talking about new tanks. We're talking about new infantry platoons. Do you know what Thousand Sons got this edition? NHQ. That was it. That was it. A guy who's a chaplain, but not as good as a chaplain. That's what we got.
Weren't they coming out with new Tyranid model ranges too?
They did.
Did they already?
So Tyranids are rumored to be hitting, being the
getting-
10th edition army, like Necrons were the
It's
9th.
supposed to be Tyranids and Blood Angels.
Blood Angels.
is
Oh,
what
that'll be really
We'll
good.
we'll see like some of like the I don't want to say the first because the Black Templars, but we'll see like the next incarnation of Primaris specific units to like a faction.
chapter specific.
Oh,
Primaris
okay,
units.
gotcha.
Because
That'll
we
be
already got
interesting.
some in the in
Black Templar stuff.
Black
Yep.
Templars.
That'll be interesting.
Well, yeah, we'll get like Primaris Sanguinary Guard,
So it was also
which would
teased.
be dope.
I
as
don't
shit.
know.
That would be very dope.
So this is the rumor I heard. I heard Blood Angels and Dark Angels are both getting Primaris or chapter specific Primaris units.
Honestly, if there's anyone that needs, Space Wolves deserve it too.
I,
but-
Yeah,
Space Wolves
need it.
absolutely
They need
deserve
it bad.
man.
They need some Primaris Thunderwolf
But
cavalry
the
that are
the,
good.
The three of them,
But
Space Wolves, Blood Angels, and Dark Angels, are the ones
yeah.
that need it.
Yeah.
You don't need to come out with a Primaris specific Imperial Fist guy because
No,
they're,
you don't,
they're,
but-
they're too Codex adherent.
Black Templars too. Like they
Yeah, but they already got their thing.
Yeah, exactly.
They got their stuff.
Exactly. So supposedly they're gonna do a nostalgia because Blood Angels, when Blood Angels Dark Angels first came out, they did a side by side release for them when they did their first iteration in the same codex. I'm curious if that's gonna be their new design. They're what I heard, what the rumor was, is we're gonna see a side by side Blood Angels, Dark Angels release with their chapter-specific Primaris units, because it's supposed to be, what was it? It's supposed to be Primaris Sanguinary Guard and Death Company for Blood Angels, and then Primaris Ravenwing and Deathwing units for Dark Angels.
Yes.
So we're actually supposed to be seeing Primaris, like, the Gravis stuff was supposed to be their Terminators, but people didn't really like it.
Well, no, we're supposed to be getting Primaris Terminators.
Exactly. So that's what they're actually supposed to kind of look like Terminators, which the Gravis stuff didn't.
Good old Primaris Terminator. Well, Terminator suits had a very distinct look.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. So we're supposed to be seeing, like, and I think that's going to release with the Deathwing, like the Deathwing stuff, because that's all Terminators.
Yeah, because we
So-
need another Space Marine book before 10th hits.
Of course we do.
I don't think we'll get another Space Marine.
Oh, I do. I've heard
Really?
rumors. Yep.
Oh yeah.
I haven't heard any rumors.
Jeez.
Accompanying another wave of like Angels of Death supplements. So like
Oh.
the like another White Scar supplement, another Raven Guard supplement, all the
No.
Yep.
That's
No,
interesting.
we're not gonna see that.
Doing that instead of a
That would be interesting to see, Nathan, for real.
like a Psychic Awakening like thing to lead up to the end of
Yeah.
the edition.
No, I don't. I'll believe that when I see it. I'm
Hey,
not
man,
saying.
I'm
I'm
not
not saying it's not possible. I just don't.
Don't hold anything past GW.
That's
man.
just so. I don't know.
So then, because the
don't
thing
like
you've got to
that.
after because after it's
It's
going to
so
be
late in the
Guard
game.
and then it's going to be World Eaters. You've got to fill in that 6-month gap after World Eaters.
Well, depending on when World Eaters come out.
January, February at the very latest.
Well, they're not going to release side by side with Guard. They're going to give Guard their own release
Well,
window, and they're going to give World Eaters their own. Release window.
They said that Guard are going to be winter 2022, 2023.
What did they say for World Eaters?
Same thing.
Winter.
Like
2022,
they're in
2023.
they're in that block. So
Well, then one's January and the other
Guard, I
one's February.
assume, is going to be December, and
No, one will
Some-
be January and the other one will be February.
I feel like something's
so
gonna
then
be
in that
December.
case, then
they won't do a release in December.
You don't think they'll do a release for the holidays?
They literally never have.
I don't know why they wouldn't though. That'd be-
Because
get
they
so-
can use the holiday to sell all the stuff they've already made. It would be really dumb. When you make a new release,
No,
people are already gonna buy it. You
I
don't
know.
need
I
to-
know something has come out in December before.
They
I think the Yanari came out in December. I think they came out late in the year. I remember for sure.
regardless, it wasn't anything as big as a Codex launch.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Well, not a
Not a
range refresh.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
You're
Codex
not in December. Not in December. That would be
But-
silly. Just
But
from a
think
marketing
about
standpoint.
all the money they could make on Christmas.
Yeah.
6-legged ferret artillery.
Yeah, the Tau man,
Nathan.
they're great. They're great at using all sorts of crazy things for their auxiliaries. That's a legitimate like Tau auxiliary.
I know, but there's some things that are just like
Bro,
they don't need to be in the game, and that's okay. I don't need to see a
I-
6-legged ferret.
I
with
wouldn't
it.
I wouldn't have a problem if they expanded into more of the Xenos like sub factions of Tau.
I think it depends.
You
That'd be
you
cool.
don't need to go ham, but like
No,
gi-
expand
like,
the crew. Expand the crew.
Give us another Vespid kit. Again, give us like a
Vespids.
second Vespid unit.
So
and-
the
and
only
then
thing,
and then expand more crew.
Yes,
the
yeah,
only
I'd be
thing they
happy
need
with
to
that.
do is the only thing they should do is they should update the Vespid kit, because
Mm-hmm.
you're right. I think that's either metal or still fine cast. One of the few things that are left.
Pretty sure it's fine cast.
Yeah, I don't think they have
and
any metal
then-
kits left, do they?
Games Workshop?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Do they have some
Talk,
metal
talk
stuff?
to the Dark Angel players.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a crap load of my HQs are still metal.
Damn. Get
Like
with the
at
times.
least 3 or 4. Like,
Jeez.
it's insane. We got some of the oldest models. But yeah, so I think that's it though. You don't need to see Tau like expanded and all these weird
Oh,
little
well, no.
alien auxiliaries like Nathan's talking about.
I don't. I'm not
The
saying
cool
like,
thing
go
about
ham.
the cool thing about Tau is the giant battle suits with the giant laser mini
Yeah, that's their
guns.
main
That's
appeal.
what you do. No
That's their
one
main
cares
appeal.
to see a 6-legged ferret artillery unless you're someone who doesn't spend money on the game.
You're really
So-
harping on that. Jesus Christ.
It's the silly requests.
Well,
It's-
I
it's-
don't think it's silly. I think people
But
like
think about how
what they like, but I agree with you that the main appeal of Tau is their
Ex-
battle
ex-
suits for sure.
Think about how flexible a ferret artillery
I
piece
hate
could
you.
be, though.
I hate you.
Wow.
Not as flexible as
It's supposed to be like a psych.
a
It's supposed to be
giant
their
battle suit.
answer to like psyker stuff. That it's like an alien that has like psyker abilities.
I get it.
But no, I would be
Really?
perfectly okay with them just expanding the Vespids and the crew, and that's fine.
and there actually
You know.
could be something to say you come out with an HQ model that's like some sort of psyker auxiliary.
I would rather
know,
have them
you-
come out with technology that taps
I
into
would
the,
really.
know.
I've seen a lot of things happen in 40K in terms of their range releases and in terms of like, especially around the culture of the game alone,
right.
that I just don't like, and I would hate to see one of the identities, one of the core identities of the army shifting from giant cool Gundam-like robots to weird alien.
Oh, and that won't happen.
No.
It
I agree.
shouldn't.
I agree
It
with you.
shouldn't.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
and that's all I'm saying.
the Tau appeal needs to remain.
I think they should get a new battle suit before they come out with some new.
that would be cool.
new,
They need to come up with a melee battle suit.
Yeah, that
that's,
would be-
that's
that would be neat.
That's not Farsight with a demon sword. Okay, they need.
cool.
Out of all the stuff that they have, all the technology they have, they just don't have a melee focused battle suit. They fought so many battles.
They do.
They fought. I mean, but why isn't it in the game yet? Dang it!
It
Like,
was
come on.
Forge World.
Is
Do,
it? Was
do you
it?
think people would be
Oh, okay.
upset if they gave
It's
them
also against the identity of the army, though, too. That's
So,
part of it.
but I don't think it needs to be. I think as long as it leans into battle suits, I think it's
Yeah,
within the
yeah.
realm
And
of
if it's like
identity.
one unit where it's just like, okay,
and also
here's
if the unit's not freaking amazing,
Well,
like-
that's part of the problem.
Right.
So, like,
they need to be
don't
good,
make it the
not
best
amazing.
melee unit in the game, but make it good.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand what you're
Yep.
saying. The other issue you run into is how do you consolidate that around to their other rules, though, too. You look at it from, like, a mechanical aspect. Like, so, for instance, when I picked up Tau 6th, 7th edition, their codex, it was... They had... What was it? It was supporting fire in 8th edition. What was it called in 6th and 7th edition? Was it still supporting fire?
Yeah.
Okay, so they had supporting
believe so.
fire in 7th edition where literally, like, things could... What was it? It wasn't that in 7th edition. It was... I don't remember what the
You
rule
were
was.
overwatching for each other.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Yeah.
Covering-
So you it's been so long. So
Cover
you could,
fire, maybe. I
Yeah,
don't
so
know.
you could overwatch for units within a certain range of it. I know that was at least 8th
Yeah.
edition rule.
They have units that have like weapons that can
So-
shoot in combat, though, right? Like I know you can shoot in combat with pistols.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
do they-
yeah.
That's
but-
more of a thing now.
But anyway, my whole point was how do you so if you're gonna keep rules like supporting fire, right, where they could literally overwatch for each other and they can hit better on Overwatch and stuff like that, which is part of that army's identity, and you start inserting things that are like you said, just good melee units, you're gonna have a problem.
Yeah,
Like you're gonna have zero counter situations.
Yeah,
where,
contradict.
they're
its own
gonna be able to
mechanic.
shoot me if I charge them, and they can charge me and murder me. Like it's just not gonna work. So like you need to be careful.
What about melee drones? It's like,
They have that. They're just called drones.
Honestly, I think they need to try to gravitate away from drones.
Oh yeah, I know.
it's
I
not
remember
going away.
back when I paid attention more to Tau. I remember drones being a really big thing.
I actually think drones are really cool.
I think they're cool too, for sure.
I think the drone aspect of the army is actually kind of neat. It was way OP in 8th edition.
Yeah,
but
that's what I heard.
they scaled it back a little bit towards the end, but it was nonsense in 8th edition. But like literally half army drones.
I think their ghost kills are pretty cool.
The ghost kills were cool, and those came out in 7th. But yeah, no, there's a lot of neat things.
Mm-hmm.
So what's our prediction for the announcement on Saturday?
I don't think that I don't know if they're gonna have any one big thing. It's probably just gonna be like a spattering of a bunch of stuff, right?
You think so?
Amalgamation of things.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's so. My prediction would be World Eaters, Imperial Guard.
I think we're gonna finally get our official look at a bunch of the guard stuff.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think that's probably going to be the big thing for
I
it.
think that's the only stuff we haven't seen.
A lot of the new guard stuff.
Here's another thing too. So, but we'll end on this note, especially with the preview coming up. There was a series of rumors that came out last year, I think, and they have all come to be true. This was Eldar range releases. This was Chaos range releases. Stuff like that. However, The stuff that hasn't appeared yet are some of the chaos releases.
Oh
yet.
yeah, like
bikes.
What
Oh.
was it? Here was it Huron Blackheart?
Yeah, here on Blackheart.
Yeah.
Bikes.
Mhm.
So there's a few things. I those are the only two I can remember off the top of my head. I think there was some other stuff, but so there's some stuff even there that we haven't seen. That very reliable leak that we got off that very reliable leak that so far, if you just take those few things out, was never wrong. I think
Well,
it
yeah.
predicted squats too. So
Yeah, which
Good
you know,
old squats.
Voltan. Plus, squats actually exist, right? Like
Dakota's
actual squats
favorite army.
in
yeah.
Necromunda.
yeah. So yeah. No, it's So there's quite a few things that they have to preview. So we have
Interesting.
guard stuff. We have World Eaters.
World Eaters.
We have maybe Chaos stuff. I think that stuff's a lot less likely. They could just be holding that stuff for 10th edition
Yeah.
for a release there.
You ever see that that meme where it's that guy Gru from like the Minions, where he's like, it's like the 4 panels. He's like, step 1, we do this. 2, and he's like, there was this like Warhammer buy and sell page
Yeah.
that I saw, and he's like, step 1, you buy my dwarves. And he's got like AOS dwarves for like the Fire Slayers and like the aeronaut dudes.
Oh yeah.
I know that's not what they're called, but he's
Yes,
like,
that meme.
yeah, this one.
Yeah.
You literally got a
yeah,
blank
yeah.
slate
He's
of it.
like, you buy my Fire Slayers, you buy my my these dudes. He's like, I then buy more dwarves because he's just
Wait,
gonna
what?
turn around and spend the money on Voltan.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I buy
That's
more
funny.
dwarves. I buy more dwarves.
You buy my
So,
dwarves, I buy
The
more
other
dwarves.
possibility too, I have a hard time seeing them do a preview of something
Mhm.
with us not seeing a regular Space Marine either.
Oh yeah,
If it's a big preview, I think we're gonna see something Space Marine related.
we'll see the Terminators.
You think so?
Yeah,
New
it's
lieutenant.
been you can't have an anniversary.
Terminator Lieutenant.
That's the one. That's the guy.
It's a Dark Angels were the first ones to usher in the Terminator.
There you go.
They were not, however, the first ones to usher in the lieutenant.
No, they weren't.
No, just the ones with the Terminator Lieutenant.
No, just the
Strike
the
Master.
Termi Lieutenant. That would be so random. Just like, here's a special Dark Angels Terminator Lieutenant model, just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Have fun with it.
But yep, so I
It's gonna
think
be a thing, man.
I think there's a few things that I think those things we'll see. I think Angron, Imperial Guard, or not Angron, World Eaters, Imperial Guard, and I think we'll see some Space Marine releases.
Yeah,
I'm sure there'll be some
get behind that.
angry Ron highlights. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean they've already highlighted it, so that's the only reason.
Oh,
But
did they? Okay.
unfortunately, I think our time is up.
yes. We'll see. We'll discuss.
Yeah, so
what
we
actually
will
is
we will
revealed.
go over what we saw on Saturday, on
Absolutely.
Tuesday. So we'll watch it Saturday and then we'll go over it on Tuesday, obviously on the show. So yeah. So you guys should watch it too. We'll come back on next Tuesday and we
Yes.
will discuss what we see.
I will not be here next Tuesday, unfortunately.
Thank you for joining us, though. Appreciate you subbing in.
Tim's still gonna be dead. Like I killed him. He's gone.
Okay, well that got pretty dark.
Well, then you might see me, maybe.
Because we'll be in your house. Bye bye.
I might kill you next.
Oh God.